First video back after getting this thing ripped out. What's up, Fin fans? So, crazy divisional weekend. I was gonna say there were some close games. There was no close games. Everyone got their asses whipped. I guess you could say that the the Saints and Eagles game was kind of close. It came down to Alshon Jeffrey not catching the ball and then getting intercepted to end that game. So, I guess you could say that was the closest game. But every other game kind of was like an ass whoop. The Patriots won, which means Flores isn't going to be officially hired for us yet. But there was some moves that were made over the weekend that I'm going to talk about real quick. Then there's potential offense and defensive coordinators that I'm going to talk about real quick. And then I'm going to get to your guys' comment of the day. Started off, Marvin Allen, who was the national scout for the Buffalo Bills, is now the Miami Dolphins assistant general manager. You guys are probably like, the Bills suck. Why did we pick him up? The Bills have been drafting better than the Dolphins lately. That's one. Two, you have to look at his pedigree, and he's been with a lot of good teams. So he was with Buffalo. He was the director of college scouts with the Chiefs from 2013 to 2017. He was with New England, and he was with Atlanta. That New England connection is probably why he got hired, because him and Greer probably were together in New England. But with the Chiefs, right? These are the names of the players that he scouted that were drafted for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, Chris Jones, Marcus Peters, Dee Ford, Eric Fisher, Kelsey, Fulton, Morse, Conley, Steve Nelson. Like, the guy knows what he's doing. So, do I hate the move? No. Do I like the move? Yeah, it's not bad. You know, he's helping out Greer, and I feel like now Greer is able to do what he wants to do. I feel like with Tannenbaum and Gase, he didn't have a lot of input and a lot of say in who was drafted and stuff. Because there was a video that was going around back when the Dolphins drafted Ryan Tannehill and Greer was just kind of like an assistant. He was just like a scout. You can see he was absolutely not happy with that pick. At one point he gets up and he like stands by the door, and you could just see like he was like, I don't want any part of this pick. But so Marvin Allen is the assistant GM. He has a great, background in scouting when it came to the Chiefs. New England and Atlanta both have good teams, so we'll see where this goes. And then the Dolphins sign Jake Roddick to a future contract. He's a quarterback. He was on the Lions practice squad. He played 3 years college football, I think 2 with Iowa and 1 with Michigan. The way I see this is, to be honest with you, I honestly think he's going to be a camp body, and he's competition for training camp and the OTAs and all that stuff. If he becomes a starter, then cool. I watched some of his film. He did throw some stupid interceptions, but he is very, mobile. He's like, he'll break off like a 20-yard run out of nowhere. He does have some nice throws, nice touch passes, nice out routes and all that stuff. So he's not a bad quarterback, but I think right now he's a camp body or someone just to help with the competition in the quarterback room. Speaking of Jake Roddick, a potential offensive coordinator for the Dolphins could be Jim Caldwell. Barry Jackson tweeted out Dolphins offensive coordinator option, and it says, "Don't let this fly under the radar. Roddick was with Jim Caldwell in Detroit." So that is a potential offensive coordinator for the Dolphins is Jim Caldwell. I'm hearing a lot that don't be surprised if defensive line coach for the Patriots or even linebacker coach for the Packers becomes the Dolphins defensive coordinator, because for one, Flores was with the defensive line coach in Patriots now, and he was also working with the linebackers coach when he was with the Patriots as well. When it comes to who the offensive defensive coordinators are going to be, we won't really get a firm knowing until the Patriots lose and Flores becomes officially the Dolphins head coach. As of right now, nothing is said. If Chris Richard was going to be hired, he would have been hired right now because the Cowboys lost this weekend. So the Dolphins most likely are going for Flores, even though, again, nothing's official, but it seems like that's the guy. And once he gets hired, like I said, he's going to start naming, and we're going to start getting a better idea of who he wants as defensive and offensive coordinators. That's the news I got for you now. We got the Roddick signing, which, cool, can't body. Let's see what this kid can do. If he becomes the next best thing, then fantastic, because we got him. Marvin Allen is the new assistant GM. Brought some great talent into the Chiefs, was with the Patriots, the Falcons, brought them great talent. He was a scout, so obviously he knows what to look for, and potential offensive defensive coordinators, one being Jim Caldwell because of the Roddick connection. So comment below, let me know what you think of the Marvin Allen signing. Let me know what you think of the Jake Roddick signing, if that's a big deal, or if you're like me and you're like, hey, if he succeeds, he succeeds. If not, he's a camp body. I'm cool with that. Let me know if you guys have heard, or if any potential offensive and defensive coordinators you guys would like Flores to bring in when he becomes a head coach. Speaking of comments, let me get to your comment of the day. And this one comes from Jay Run. And he says to me, I like Flores, gotta have patience though. He's not gonna coach us to the Super Bowl next year, rebuild, and be patient. I agree, Jay Run. There was a time when Sperano came in, we went from 1-15 to 11-5, and a lot of people thought that was the norm, and that's what needs to happen with a good coach. Like, we need him to take over this team and bring us to the Super Bowl, win the AFC East, get us where we need to be. That's not normal. Like, even looking at the Rams and how they succeeded very quickly with their new head coach, and the Bills succeeded quickly but then took a step back. See what I'm talking about? Like, if Flores does become the new head coach, which again, it seems like it's more likely than not, you gotta be patient and you gotta let this guy develop his team and coach his team. The more time went on, I started to like Flores. Again, I like Chris Richard and I like Flores. I kind of like them both. I wanted John Harbaugh, but obviously that's not happening because it would have happened by now. But with Flores, he's coached on both sides of the ball. He's been a scout. He's been on special teams. He's been on offense. He's been on defense. That's the reason why the Dolphins like him so much, is because he is a well-rounded coach and he's a leader, and that's what they wanted from him. Yes, he is coaching the defense. Yes, he coached the defense yesterday, which completely handled the San Diego Chargers. So we will see what happens if they do sign him. Let's see what the press conference is like. Let's see who he brings in, and let's see how the first year is. But again, you gotta have patience. You can't want things to happen first year. Like, look at the Cardinals situation. They should have gave him at least one more year, but this is the NFL, not for a long league. But I agree with Jay. Patience. See what he can do. And again, the talk is that the Dolphins in this year's draft are going to build up on both lines, build up the core of the team, and then in 2020 draft their quarterback. So we will see what happens. But thank you for the comment. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. As soon as things happen, I tweet it out, and then I try to come on here and I post in the community so you guys can at least see it if you don't have a Twitter. But be sure to follow me on Twitter. Let me know if you want me to post more on Instagram. I've been slacking on there because I've been focusing on so many different things, especially the move that's happening. Check out my second channel, The Bit Boys. We put out videos every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got a bunch of new games that we're going to be recording soon, so we got some new gameplay. And then again, with me moving, not only is this background and this studio getting upgraded, but so is that one. So be sure to go over there, check that out. Give this video a thumbs up. We're getting closer to finding a head coach. We are seeing what our head coach can do with the defense. He has complete control over this defense. He is calling defensive calls, so it's not looking bad. Yes, he's bad. His ranking has been really bad in certain areas, but in other areas, he's really great. So give this video a thumbs up because we're getting closer to seeing our head coach and seeing where this team is going. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I got a ton of videos for you guys coming out. I got a ton of stuff planned. You guys have been sending me lists of college players you want me to scout for my series that I'm going to be doing. So I greatly appreciate that. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. To all the new subscribers, welcome. Thank you. We just broke 3,000 subscribers on this channel. It means the world to me. I do everything I do for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing. I will see you guys really soon. As soon as new news comes out, I will be posting it for you. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.